Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Most welcome, PMOfficers global community. Thank you very much for joining us again in another interview with PMO global leaders. In this time, we have Tony Prensa from USA, Orlando, Florida. He's the CEO and founder of TPG, no? The TP Global Business Consulting, and he's one of the most influential, uh, for my perspective, for my point of view, uh, PMO leaders worldwide. Tony is from the old school. Uh, he's going to introduce himself. He's more than 25 experience leading in project management and PMOs, not only in consulting services, in training as well, worldwide. He's bilingual in Spanish and English, English and Spanish. He's, for me, obviously, one of the best PMO influencers and leaders worldwide. So, Tony, thank you very much for joining us. I'm most welcome in this new initiative for PMO Global Leaders. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much, Leonardo. It's a great pleasure to be with you here. So you said I am one of the most influential in PMO, but I think that you are too because you are everywhere and people know those green colors and blue color that you have in your logo. So you are a influencer in this field. But as you said, I've been in the industry. So I started my career in information technology when I was 17 years old. So the other day I was thinking about how long I've been doing the same thing. Not really the same thing because I've been doing different things in different companies, different countries. Um, so it's like every day I'm learning. I'm, as you mentioned, a little old. I am now 17 years old, so as a lot of rain have fallen since then, but I'm still learning. I'm taking more certifications. Some people that follow me in LinkedIn, they see that every time I'm writing, I'm learning, reading, taking certification, because that's life. Life is something that you can never stop.
Absolutely, Tony. I'm 100 agree with you because we never we never keep a stop to study and to keep learning because everything is moving. The only constant, as the antique Greeks say, the movement is
Exactly.
the only change is moving. So as professionals and human beings, always we need to keep moving forward. It doesn't matter which is your country, with your profession, or your role, age, no, because perhaps it's misunderstood that only young people should keep learning. We are not agree with that. I believe that it doesn't matter our age, our
Yeah.
experience. We need to move forward and keep learning. It does obviously, uh, when you become an older, maybe you have less time for learning because you have family and companies. Yeah, it's obvious, but that's not the point. The point is you never should stop to keep learning. So for 100 agree with you, Tony. So congratulations because you are one of the most influencers. They never who never stop to learning. We following you in social media, and you always learning and sharing your challenge and your diplomas that you are still learning. So Tony, TP Global Business Consulting has become a significant player in worldwide. about project management and PMOs and beyond. But for all our audience, maybe they should interest to know what inspired to you to create your company, TPG Business Consulting, and how was your vision involved since the beginning until today?
Right. So I came up with the idea. I've been working for a global organization for a while. So the letter global come from there. So I had the opportunity to work with different countries, different regions, different teams and people. So it came to my mind that the world is small. So we live in a globalized world. So my idea of establish this company is to have like so you know America he talk about collective intelligence. So I am a believer of that concept. So I say I wanna have contacts and know everyone from everywhere in the world that know about project management. I also have interest for digital transformation because I'm from technology and also the PMO. So my legacy, that's the, if I think about that, is to contact everyone. I had the opportunity to do this in basically in a couple of years that I've been doing this. I had the opportunity to meet a lot of people in the industry, the big names. And now we're gonna have the opportunity that we're gonna be in Turkey. So there's a lot of people I wanna know. I know them through social media, but I want a handshake. So I believe that human touch. So that was my mission. So uh, regardless the country, language, everybody have basically the same needs and they have the same passion. So I have passion for project management. I love project management. That's what I've been doing for many years and sharing the knowledge with people around the world and the learnings. Every time that I go to a country, I empty my mind so new knowledge can into my brain. So that's the experience. So I'm gonna go to the on conference with that idea. So I'm gonna learn from everyone. So I gonna learn from you there. So we're gonna take a cup of coffee and discuss about things because that's the word. So that's the concept of the TP Global Business Consulting to reach the planets, everyone in any parts of the world, and that's my aspiration. That I have we have also because we have other people around the company. But that's my inspiration was to create like a global hub for PMO, project management, and digital transformation.
Hmm, awesome, awesome. Yeah, looking forward to meet you in person in Turkey. I will be there as well, so it will be my pleasure to meet you in person. So, yeah, I fully agree with you, Tony, because nowadays the world is running faster than ever. The companies and people and professionals, project management and PMO involved should be running at the same speed. Yeah,
Right,
we know it's very complex because when you are involved in a company, you know, in a role that you are full of work, your agenda is burning, and you don't have more time for learning or dating what is happening out there. It's very complex for these people. But I,
right,
I think I'm agree with you. We should try to create a more than a community is a hub, yeah, but sharing knowledge, sharing experience, and sharing information is quite positive. for all these people, because nowadays all the information is out there, with any device, 24 hours per day, 365 days per year. But with too much information at the same time, it's very complex to identify which is the best for us, or for our role, for our company. So when people like you is sharing the cut, is all this information in a single point of contact, I think it's very useful. But it depends of the people is already listening, or
Mhm.
following you as followers in social media for all these experiences and knowledge that you are sharing. But um, you are a lover of project management. No, you have so many years and experience and involved with PMI. But from your perspective, what challenge in traditional project management approaches did you aim to solve with your own company, with TPG Global Business Consulting?
Yeah, so one of the things, so I had the opportunity to see many evolution of different practices, different technology. So now everybody talking about artificial intelligence, but there was a time that we didn't talk about artificial intelligence. We talk about expert systems in the 80s. Uh, so I had the opportunity to grow in different trends, management, organizational changes, and technology. So one of the things that I see that project management has evolved to be more like a dual support, or note takers, como sometimes we say that we the project manager used to just to take notes, but doesn't add anything, any value to the organization. So the evolution of project management as of is today is more like a business function is something that is part of the supply chains. And so, like we have operation, we have HR, we have finance. Project management is equally important, and the PMO on the top to make sure those investment, those projects uh, give them the value they are expecting. So you need to see like each project is an investment, the dollar sign, because it's not a project for the sake of being a project. So sometimes people say projects and they don't see, but project is an investment. It's like we're talking about. So I used to say the people preparing for the PMP that you are a CEO, so you are responsible for an investment. So you managing a project, $100,000 or 2 million or 5 million. That investment, you are responsible to make sure this investment gets the return that the organization is waiting for. So that's what I see. The project management, the PMO became more like a strategic ally of organizations.
Hmm, interesting, interesting. Um, yeah, because the future is changing faster than ever. We have mentioned it about a few seconds ago. But yeah, in companies, perhaps not so many companies are aware about these issues, because
Mhm.
in some companies, project managers, they are not really involved in to manage the budget. They
No,
they only administrative role,
right.
or a policeman role, that you only need to follow the suppliers, or the stakeholders to trying to engagement with the stakeholders needs, and pushing the suppliers, and most of them, they are not only internal, they are external. With external companies, it's quite complicated, because they are in in a projects with a closed budget, so they don't want to, they don't feel that they should deliver, or they give more information or more resources than the in the original contracts are signed. They, so it's very complex because you are really not are the owner as a project manager. It's like project coordinator, project leader, and that's it. Not so far. That's
Mm.
very complex for that. That's why I believe the companies should be aware about this and change the way of mind and the way of working. But from our side, we need to be ready about this. So
Right.
about this, Tony, how do you see the project management and PMO evolving over the next 3 or 5 years, especially with the growing influence of technology? As you have mentioned, AI, but we need to put focus, have on the radar blockchain, data analysis as well, because we can use it AI, yeah, but without data, it doesn't
Yeah,
work. Yeah,
exactly.
we didn't remember audience, okay, all our followers and audience, garbage in, garbage out. So you can have all the best technologies, all the best platforms, but
Exactly.
if you are not able to use it as much as possible and better as being smart and intelligent for using garbage in and garbage out. So the EI is a technology, but always people first. And when I'm saying about this is not human resources or you know, it's for a way of thinking, a way of working. So,
Right.
but what do you think about this, Tony?
Yeah, the thing is that we are changing in the things that we have tools that provide a lot of information, sometimes knowledge, but still, in order to take this knowledge that are produced by computers, because artificial intelligence is algorithms, somebody need to develop the code. Is I've been a software developer for all entire life. So what makes a difference is that the data, but you have the algorithms, you have the data, but when you process these huge amounts of information, the data, you still need to interpret that. And that's the challenge that if we not prepare for this, so you need to think faster because right now, in a matter of nanoseconds, so you had information there, but the decision making, the computer won't take the decision for you. You need to analyze all those results and take the best decision for your organization for whatever you do. So the challenge that we have, because technology will continue evolving, nobody gonna stop us. That's the human nature. So we're gonna look for the next thing, for the next things. So faster computers. So I was telling the other day in a class that I teach at university. So when I started, the computer that we have, mainframe, they only have 60K of memory. So right now in my laptops, I have gigas. And we talk about terabytes of storage. So we had that capability, but our brain need to have the speed to process the information as we get it. Because at the end of the day, we need to make those decisions. The computer won't take the decision for you. So you have information faster. And the thing that I see is that we need to get better. So a lot of analysis and studies about how our brain function. So I always heard when I was a kid that we only use like a 3 or 5%. The smartest people use 5% of their brain capacity. So maybe for that reason that I always been studying and studying. But also I want to use at least 50% of my capacity. So now is the time that you need to know how to optimize your capability to learn and assimilate information faster so you can make decisions faster because the computers, the artificial intelligence, all those technologies, we had more input, more information for you to decide. So that's I said people, so we need to get ready for that and use those tools for to be more efficient. So use the time to be better human being, to be better decision maker, because the repetitive tasks will be completed by technology. And we talk about in project management by 2030, 2030 the 80% of the tasks will be replaced by artificial intelligence. So the project manager will say, so I don't gonna have a job. Where you have a job, but you need to prepare for that. Basically in the leadership and being entrepreneurs mindsets, how you're gonna help business to be better. Because the repetitive tasks will be automated. And so a computer will do it for you.
Absolutely. Full agree. Tony, keep talking about AI and innovation. AI is transforming industries globally. Now, everybody knows that. But how does your company leverage EA to improve a project and product life cycle? What is next?
Well, I am embracing the technologies, as I said. So for me, it's not something difficult because I've been doing this for my life. Um, to look for different things to automate some of the things that the human does. So using AI to facilitate and transforms data into no information into knowledge. So people can use that more efficient and leverage on the power of technology. So well, like you are doing, so you are creating a lot of chaps, JPTs for specific things. The same is and leverage on all the huge amounts of data that you have accumulated in your experience. I'm doing the same thing. So creating, for example, have my own advisor. So I created, so you are my advisor, ChatGPT. So I fed the ChatGPT with a lot of information. And every day I have a conversation with ChatGPT. So I remember that I had a project, I had a situation, how I solved that project. Oh, so then I tell ChatGPT, remember, I was working in this project by this year, and that was the scenario. And I feeding my ChatGPT with my experience. And for every day I learn something, so I sharing that information with my own ChatGPT. So that's gonna be your advisors, your mentor, your coach. So that's the our mindset in the company is to leverage on technology for to be better professionals, to be better consultants. Um, so that's the future then. And not the future, that's the present. So we're talking about the
Yeah,
future.
it's,
Yeah,
it's more it's more present than future for
exactly.
100.
The other day I was taking a LinkedIn class from Ricardo Vargas, and he was saying it's not the future, it's now. So it's the things that is happening now. So we can talk about the future. The future is that we're gonna have more advanced technology integrated. You mentioned about blockchain, metaverse, um, machine learning, neural networks. So there's a lot of things that is being developed and people are using it.
No, no, absolutely, for 100 agree. But let's try to share an advice from the industry. Tony, what's the biggest mistake you see currently in organizations making when managing a PMO? How can they avoid it from your perspective, of course?
Right. But I think it's not just really for PMO, but for a lot of things, including technology, including AI, the adoption of AI in organization. I have a good friend, a professor from Lawrence University in Michigan, and we always talking about entrepreneurship, innovation. So one of the things for everything that you do, you need to have a value proposition. And one of the mistakes that I see is the decision makers, they don't have like a value proposition for things. They just go by the flow. So everybody doing artificial intelligence, I want to do it. But you need to ask yourself, what is the value proposition on doing it? Maybe AI is not for you. Maybe a PMO is not for you. So you need to establish a value proposition to understand what you're gonna get out of that. What is in it for me? So that's the biggest mistake that I see, and for that reason, we have the bad reputation of the PMO that a lot of companies decide 2 years, 3 years. So we don't need that. That's an expense. It doesn't have any value because maybe you didn't have a value proposition and you took a decision without having all the information to make that decision.
No, no, yeah, yeah, it's quite difficult,
Mhm.
but yeah, full agree. Okay, thanks for sharing, Tony. Moving forward, looking ahead, if you could fast forward 5 years, no, maybe not five, no, sorry, 3 years, what impact will you like TP Global Business Consulting to have made in project management and PMO's industry?
Yes, my preach is about creating a project management culture in organization. And that's the mandate that I think PMO leaders should have. Your mission is to create a project management culture. Project management will be everything that, including project management, is like you gonna have a strategic thinking, that you are a servant leader, that you understand the business acumen. So you're gonna have the business perspective, you understand business, that you have a sessional relationship with your client, with your now, for example, the new framework of PMO from PMI, it comes with the concepts of customer centricity. So all of those things. So my legacy, when my days come, like Denzel Washington say, that's what I want to see in the organization, that they embrace the PMO and project management to be the backbone, like the heart of the organization, making the organization moving forward, achieving all the successes, no failures, everything successes. That's my aspiration in this organization.
Awesome. Yeah, I think many people should a cool thing like this, and for helping us each other, and for helping our project management profession, PMOs and beyond, of course. But okay, oh, the time is flying, Tony. I'm enjoying a lot this quick chat, but I'll ask 2 questions. Okay, we have enough time. We have enough time.
Okay.
Say, as CEO of your company, what's been your approach to fostering innovation and staying ahead in a competitive and saturated space as currently we are looking for out there?
Well, to keep away innovation, it requires a lot of time. It's like you have few hours to sleep to keep up with everything because every second something new happen. So in order to keep aware what's going on there, so you need to read, you need to watch the news, you need to read the books from trending topics. It's a constant movement. So right now, you can do it because we have technology like notification. So you have your mobile phone loaded with a lot of tools that help you to be aware. But the most important thing is to have the desires and willingness to pursue uh, what is happening, to be aware what is going on in the world, technology, social, economic, everything. But that's required because everything has an impact. We live in a system surrounded by ecosystems. So everything impacts everything. So economic impact is social, social impact economic, so we need to be aware of that. And innovation is like that. So it's like you always need to think about how can we do that better and have a can-do mentality. Always there is opportunity to do it better.
Hmm.
That's the
Yeah,
my,
no, full agree with you, Tony. Thank you very much. Okay, we are in the final of this quick chat. Thank you very much for joining us and for sharing your facts and experience. So, for conclusion, the last one. What's one thing you hope the audience takes away from this conversation about the future of timeline and management, project management, PMOs, and beyond?
yeah, I would say one thing is stay awake. That means you can sleep. Stay awake of everything that is going on. So there is a saying that there are three type of people. There are people that they don't know things happening. There are people that they see things are happening. And there are people that make things happen. So I suggest be that person. Be that person that make things happen. Don't be an spectator. Be a participant. So that's my last word.
Awesome. I cannot be more agree with you. It's better when we are in the principal roles, more than uh,
Be in the passenger seat. It's better
yeah,
than the driver.
yeah. Absolutely, more than a follower is better, not that. But in at the same time, we all together are creating the future. If we are sharing something, we are participating in something. We are part of all. No, it's not only people is watching how we run the war. We are part of the war. It's quite opposite.
Right.
I fully agree with you, Tony. Tony, thank you very much for joining us. We know that your agenda is quite hot. Is full of interviews, business, consulting services, training. So we are really appreciated you come with us for sharing, for joining us, and we hope all our audience. I really enjoy a lot of, but I hope all the audience in the rest of the world enjoy it as much as I do. Thank you very much,
Thank you
Tony.
very much. for having me, and I think that we need to have another one and focus on one topic and continue. There's a lot to talk. Maybe after the on conference, the PMO Global Awards, so we get together and talk about our impressions. And so let's see what's gonna happen there in the next couple of days next week. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony.
Take care.
All the best. Greetings from Barcelona, Spain. Looking forward to meet you in person in Turkey on conference and PMI. And all the best. Thank you very much, all our PMO
Okay.
officers global community for joining us. And stay tuned for the next interview. Thank you very much. Ciao, ciao.
Okay. Take care. Bye bye.